So we should keep more fresh water, keep the reservoirs full, and just have some sensible fire breaks and move the brush away from houses.
I want to connect this to Elon Musk because he's kind of just the center of the universe these days. And before I throw into this clip, I should remind everybody, Elon Musk, who lived in California, who had Tesla in California, and who was doing the Boring Company to literally build tunnels to alleviate traffic underneath Los Angeles and brought in billions of dollars in taxes, and all of the employees and everything else eventually fled California to go to Texas because of the mismanagement of Gavin Newsom. And then Gavin Newsom literally celebrated when Elon Musk left. He was happy that he left. Well, here's Elon Musk on what's going on with the fires.
And I don't mean there's some good regulations, but there's just so much that we just can't get anything done. I mean, you take sort of the California wildfires, for example. We really need to have fire breaks, and we need to clear the brush back away from houses, and we need to make sure the reservoirs are full. These are all kind of obvious things. But due to a bunch of environmental rulings, you can't actually do that in California. So they're not allowed to do the fire breaks, and they're not allowed to push the brush back away from houses, because it might hurt some like red-legged frog or something like that. There's like some sort of creature, usually a creature you've never heard of, that is preventing this from occurring. There's like this fish called the smelt, for example. So we have far more freshwater runoff into the ocean than we should, really, on the theory that it helps this one little fish that likes a slightly briny freshwater saltwater mix. And if we keep more freshwater, then the smelt fish will not be happy. But there's no actual evidence that the smelt fish is going to be unhappy if we keep a bit more freshwater. In fact. So we should keep more fresh water, keep the reservoirs full, and just have some sensible fire breaks and move the brush away from houses. That's just an example of like we've saved a lot of trouble, a lot of tragedy in LA if we'd done that.
Karol, I think the point there is whether you care about the smelt fish or not. The optics when people are seeing, wait a minute, how is Malibu, which is on the water, burning down? And then it's because of the exact type of regulations that he's talking about. He moves out. There's an unbelievable brain drain and resource drain in California. It has now strengthened the red states. And to John's point, it's like maybe once Trump's in, the feds do have to come in and be like, no more. If we're the United States, we got to do something about this.
No, I tweeted this on X or whatever it's called at this point. But imagine this was happening in Florida. Imagine our fire hydrants were empty and it was DeSantis walking around the state going like this. I just, I think that there would be basically like troops on our door waiting to get rid of DeSantis. It's gotten so insane that they're getting a pass for this mismanagement. Elon Musk talking about this so long ago and Donald Trump talking about this so long ago, and all of us knew that they needed to cut down these dry, dead trees and make a better situation because they're so prone to fires. It's scary that they didn't do that because of, possibly some fish or some environmental issue that they had a problem with. I'm afraid for the future in places like this. I'm actually a lover of California. I loved LA before it was really destroyed. I love California, the state. It's so beautiful. The fact that they have managed to bring this state to its knees, and yet Gavin Newsom is still considered presidential material. He's still up in the running for 28. I think all of that is crazy. And I would love to see again, going back to these leftists who are opening their eyes, I'd love to see them take this lesson and really apply it moving forward and say we can no longer live by these leftist policies because look what happened.
It's time to make mornings great again. If your coffee isn't fueling your fight for health and freedom, it's time for an upgrade. 1775's Vitality Coffee isn't just coffee, it's brain fuel for patriots. Packed with lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps, chaga, and turkey tail mushrooms, this coffee doesn't just wake you up, it keeps you sharp and ready for anything. Lion's mane and reishi boost focus, cordyceps deliver clean, crash-free energy, and our hand-picked Bolivian beans pack a bold flavor corporate coffee can't compete with. No fillers, no woke nonsense, just coffee that works as hard as you do. Proudly backed by Rumble, this coffee isn't for conformists. It's coffee for the bold, the free, and the rebellious. Head over to 1775coffee.com and use code Rubin for 15% off. Make mornings great again with coffee that stands for bold flavor, uncompromising quality, and the freedom Rumble champions every day.